Hi, my name is Mia and I love animation. Traditional animation at that. When animation is made with drawings sequenced one after another to give the illusion of movement. You know those classic Disney movies like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty? Paintings on several layers of glass stacked on top of each other and recorded. That's back in the good old days, when the only way to animate was to draw it up by hand or take some pictures of some clay or dolls. And by good, I mean labor-intensive work, requiring specialty in drawing, drafting, composition, physics, anatomy, you name it. That's the marvel of animation. If you wanted to have two people dancing, you better know how to dance. You can't make fire without feeling the flames. There has to be an understanding of knowing reality and twisting it to give it life on paper. Although, I must say, the process of making traditional animation is an incredible undertaking. Just to mention to the average person of drawing 12 images for every second of animation makes most turn away. It's not an easy job, and we will come back to that later. Nowadays, there's so many more ways of making animation, and utilizing 3D models is a big one. It's become more efficient and more visually realistic to use 3D software to make movies and shows. Less grunt work of physical drawing and less costly. Currently, Disney has announced that they would no longer be making any hand-drawn movies, pretty much putting the final nail in the coffin for any more 2D animated movies in the future. That is, in America. In other countries, there are more traditional animation studios at work, and nowhere is there more of than in Japan. For that reason alone, I would love to seek employment there, although it's not very likely to happen. If I were to get what I wanted, I would feel right at home at working with Studio Trigger. Studio Trigger was founded August 22nd, 2011 by 3 dudes as they broke away from another studio. Let me tell you, these guys already had a reputation of being hilarious, wild, and over the top from what they worked on, like Panty Stocking and Garter Belt, Gurren Lagann, and Neon Genesis Evangelion. But as their own studio, they went above and beyond with innovative animation because they were inspired by Western animations like Gravity Falls and Steven Universe. That alone makes them a bit different from the rest. Seemingly most Japanese studios stay exclusively Japanese. With this new fresh style of animation, Studio Trigger released its first anime, Kill la Kill, which you should go watch on Netflix. It's about a bunch of superpowered uniforms, scissor blades, and life fibers. It's hilarious, trust me. After that, they started a project making Little Witch Academia, which got so popular its sequel was crowdfunded $475,000 beyond their goal. And they got their own anime series after that. Little Witch Academia is also on Netflix, and you should watch it too. It's cute, fun, and amazing. Studio Trigger has also worked on music videos for Dako. Me, 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 and Girl are both pretty stunning visually and present issues in Japanese culture. If all this weird anime stuff is going over your head, I got something that's a little closer to home. The Steven Universe episode Mindful Education was guest animated by Studio Trigger animator. Their inspiration has come full circle with their reach in American audiences. It really shows their hard work and dedication, but there is problems that come with working in a successful animation studio, especially in Japan.
Something you did that felt to be charming. Things that you say are suddenly swarming.
Karoshi means death by overwork in Japanese. It's used to describe someone who dies under intensely stressful work circumstances. Heart failure, stroke, and suicide are all found in young people who work over 120 hours of overtime and more. If not this unfortunate end, many animators suffering from overwork will experience fatigue, lack of sleep, carpal tunnel, back and neck injuries, anxiety, and heart disorders. There is a mental health issue in Japan, with suicide being the leading cause of death in people aged 15 to 39. It's an issue that people don't talk about often, and when someone actually dies of karoshi, it's typically not reported as such. For the people who do speak up about the issue, they say it's more common than what's reported, and it's an issue the government is working to correct. None of this is to specifically blame animation studios or Studio Trigger. Making animation, especially traditionally, is a large undertaking, and overwork is a big issue in the field. It's just amplified by capitalism with Asian values, so to speak. Even knowing that this is a large factor of the job, I still want to be an animator. It's something about the magic of bringing art to life that just can't be replaced. I like to believe that I don't have to work for the mouse to make that magic happen, and that's what places like Studio Trigger has taught me.
Suddenly swarming and oh, you're losing sight, you're losing touch. All these little things seem to matter so much that they confuse you, that I might lose you. Take a moment, remind yourself to take a moment and find yourself. Take a moment to ask yourself if this is how we fall apart. But it's not, but it's not, but it's not.